Now, if she does that, if it comes out and it's in that same vein as the Elvis movie was that Luhrmann made, I'm gonna be like, all right, you motherfuckers are just copying. Come on, A24, you're better than this. So about Elvis. You like Elvis, Nick?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You better like the king.
Yeah.
So Elvis, the movie, Baz Luhrmann, came out earlier this year. Did you like the Elvis movie, Nick? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was a little too Baz Luhrmann for me, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
Well, I actually I enjoyed the movie. I didn't love it. I'm not a big, huge Elvis fan, but I am fine. I'm neither here nor there when it comes to Elvis. But I enjoyed it. I will say I enjoyed this movie more than any of Baz Luhrmann's other movies that I've seen. I'm not a big fan of his. I felt like his style fit with Elvis. But we're not talking about that Elvis, Nick. We're talking about Elvis, the sequel or continuation. Not really a sequel. Did you know? Have you heard of this? Have you heard about this?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, you're in for a treat. So Elvis, Baz Luhrmann's Elvis, is not the only Elvis that we're getting. Apparently, Sofia Coppola. Sofia Coppola's next film is Priscilla, based on the memoir Elvis and Me by Priscilla Presley and produced by A24. So we are getting another Elvis movie that will be that will be called Priscilla. So kind of a companion piece, if you will. I wonder if they thought of that. And it's coming from A24. So you think it's probably going to be a little bit of a different, and coming from Sofia Coppola, probably going to be a different vibe in this movie. Just saying. Apparently, Callie Spaney, probably butchered that, and Jacob Elordi are cast to play Priscilla and Elvis Presley, respectively, in a story focused on their relationship through the years when the music icon was at the height of his career. No release date has been given as of yet. It is in pre-production right now. I don't know. I mean, this just seems like, a volcano, Dante's Peak, or a Armageddon Deep Impact situation, where we're getting two movies in roughly a similar period of time that are about pretty much the same thing, but from two different perspectives and two different filmmakers and actors and all that. I don't know how I feel about this. Is this something that they should be releasing right now?
I don't know. I don't understand Hollywood. They sometimes will have, Elvis, which was a big hit, and they're like, hey, you know what? We should make another film named Elvis, with Priscilla Presley and stuff like that. It's just like
I do wonder, did this come about after Elvis was out, and it got its? Because I mean, it hasn't been that long since Elvis came out and got its success. Because it has been a successful biopic about Elvis. I mean, they probably knew it was coming, but movie deals take a long time. I wonder, was this already not in the can, but was it already did they already know they were going to be making this prior to Elvis being successful, or was that Kickstarter?
Who knows? Yeah.
But it is going to be from, I don't know if it's from Priscilla's perspective. I mean, it's a memoir based on her memoir, so I assume it will be from her perspective, but it's going to be about both of them. I do find it odd that they called it Priscilla. I think that is based on the Elvis movie. Instead of calling it Priscilla or Elvis and Me, they just said, well, they called theirs Elvis, we will call ours Priscilla. And they can, double bill them. Elvis, Priscilla, double bill them. I don't know. I don't know it's going to be an A24 movie, so it's probably going to be a very different vibe.
Oh, it's A24?
Yeah, and Sofia Coppola, so I'm sure this is going to be a much more serious, less flashy movie than the other one. And
I like Sofia. I think Sofia Coppola is a pretty decent director, writer. I think she's had some misfires recently, but I think, Lost in Translation was probably one of my favorite films in the last 20 years.
Really?
You do not like Lost in Translation?
That might be one of those movies I need to go back and watch, because it had a lot of hype when I saw it too, and I couldn't get behind it. But maybe I'd like it.
Oh man, that's so
I like
sad.
the Virgin Suicides.
See, I wasn't a huge fan of that.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
Well,
no, I mean, when it comes to Sofia Coppola, it really is hard to tell if she'd make a good movie or not at this point. Like I said, I love Lost in Translation, but you remember that shit, The Bling Ring, that kind of stuff. It just, yeah.
Well, she was in The
Seriously,
Godfather 3.
Yeah, let's not talk about that ever again. He really hasn't done a lot of films. She's done like The Beguiled, which was not good. She did Marie Antoinette, which was pretty okay. I don't know. She did On the Rocks, which I saw a couple years ago, which I thought was just all right.
Well,
So,
I mean, I'll be interested. Like I said when I saw the first Elvis, my wife is really big into Elvis. She's a huge Elvis fan, so I'm sure I'll see this movie. I think it's going to be, just based on who's making it and what the production company, it's going to be a very different kind of take on Elvis. I'll be interested to see it. I'm not super hyped about it. It's probably at least a year away. But I just found it odd that it's coming out, either odd or very convenient, that it's coming out right after Elvis, and Elvis was so successful. I do wonder how the two will stack up to each other. They're obviously going to be compared, and Elvis was much more based on Elvis and not Priscilla. This is going to be, at least from her perspective, will probably be based on him as well. So yeah, I'm going to reserve judgment. We're getting more Elvis. We're getting another Elvis movie. It's not the sequel, but it's more. If you like Elvis, this is the year or two for you. If you're getting some more of it, but less flashy, I'm sure. Yeah, no, I mean, who knows? She did that Maria Antoinette movie was pretty flashy like that too, if I remember. It was very
it was
Baz Luhrmann-esque. So maybe it will be that way. Now, if she does that, if it comes out and it's in that same vein as the Elvis movie was that Luhrmann made, I'm gonna be like, all right, you motherfuckers are just copying. Come on, A24, you're better than this. That's another thing that makes me happy, or faithful, or hopeful rather, is the A24 is making it, and they usually make some pretty interesting movies. What were you saying?
She just should bring back, bring her cousin Nicolas Cage or whatever, however he is in that family, and have him play Elvis again. Did he play Elvis in like a comedy or some shit?
I think he was Elvis in something. I think you're right.
Yeah, just have Nicolas Cage work with Sofia Coppola since they're relatives.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. Now, if they announced Nicolas Cage as Elvis, I'd be like, okay, I'm down. I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Have the Daniels produce it. Yeah, we're all good.
We want the Daniels A24 goodness. But
That's
Tomb
right.
Raider, we needed to do it after Tomb Raider.
That's true.
Just saying. All right, so let us know are you looking forward to Priscilla, the Elvis and Me story? Let us know in the comments below.